everyone and welcome back to Wolfenstein. This is a video that I wanted to bring you guys that I've been talking about delivering, and it's things that they could improve on in FIFA 22. It's not going to talk about gameplay, it's going to talk about the menu. So we're going to start off very simple, and we'll start off with the game modes. So squad battles, it's a great way to start the game. Easy way to get coins, get some packs in there, but they need to make it more appealing to people to actually play. So like Silver Beast was quite good, getting that extra pack in there. Bringing something like that to draw people to play it will be a lot more beneficial. Maybe making the rewards tradable or untradeable like rivals. That would be fantastic because people would actually play that a little bit more. I mean, I know you get icon swaps in it and things like that. And it's the only time people actually do play squad battles or very early on in the game just to build up their team. Me personally, I played it every week up till last weekend. And the reason why I did that was because I got to a point where I could play Legendary and an hour a day would literally get me Elite 1. I would never play past that because I wasn't good enough. But they need to bring people something more to get more people to play it, you know, increase the reward value and the rewards for actually sitting and playing the game. Okay, rivals. Now for me, this game mode is dead. Everyone says it's dead, but it definitely is. Now I grinded this game from the beginning to get to Division 1. And that was it. I started off in 4 and worked my way up. And once I was in Division 1, I only ever played it for objectives if I needed to do it. I normally, 9 out of 10, I would message the person and say, look, let me score these goals, header or volley, and you can have the game. And most of the time they're like, yeah, that's fine, do that. And then he'd get the game. And it wouldn't bother me because the skill points wouldn't go down enough. And I could complete that objective. Otherwise, what they need to get rid of is this cap. 30 games is not worth it. Because it's capped. It starts on Thursday, goes till Friday, weekend league begins. So for me, I couldn't fit in enough wins to finish in rank 1, so I just didn't bother. I would just play my weekend leagues and then finish rank 2. 2 mega packs, best rewards that I could possibly get without squeezing in. I think it was like you needed 8 wins by like 3 goals or something like that just to actually get it. And when your skill rating gets quite high, those games become harder and it just doesn't even warrant playing it for that ultimate pack. It's just not worth it. So you need to get rid of that cap. If you want to bring in the cap, that's fine. But bring rewards out on Tuesday so you can play on Monday. So actually, let's do Tuesday because you've got squad battle rewards on Monday. Then you get your rival rewards on Tuesday and then bring the cap in so you can play those games till the weekend. And then if you don't want to play those games or you just want to use the weekends, the weekend leagues will count instead. That's the way I would do it. Or just get rid of the cap. That's what I say. The cap was the worst thing they ever brought to this. The packs for it, yeah, you can make them better, but everyone's always going to say that, make the rewards better, rewards better, rewards better. But I think it's still good. I think when you did the qualification, so like if you got in for the qualification first 5 games and got into Division 4, you got all the coins from previous games. If you went then up, you got more, but if you went down, you couldn't re-qualify for that. I thought that was a great way because, I mean, I played my first games. I think I ended up with like 80,000 coins and I managed to build myself a very good, strong team. So in that respect, really good. The other thing is, that's it actually for that one. Right, now we move on to boot champs. Now what I've heard from this, they're going to bring in, so you need to qualify each week for this. So the automatic qualification points I just redeemed there aren't going to be a thing. You have to qualify by a tournament. Don't know if that's true or not, but if they keep this the same way, they need to make the rewards better in here. Now, where are we for rewards? Nope, not there. So here's rewards. Rewards, very basic, but what they need to do, they could make these tradables as well, or they are tradable, so make them untradable, so you could do one of the two, so you completely go untradable as well, so you could get better like rivals. But the picks are the annoying thing. Okay, granted this is for team of the season because team of the season is the big thing now, there's no more new team of the weeks, is do monthly rewards on top of these, because everyone liked monthlies when they came out. You got a load of players. If you were finishing in the top 100 back then, you got an icon. If they bought something like that back, it would make people play a little bit more. So if you were finishing in gold 3 every week, just thinking that's enough, that's good pack, good rewards, you would just finish in, I think, roughly gold 3 or gold 2 just for the monthly. But if you played a few more games, you could qualify for gold 1, even elite 3. And that's when your rewards got a lot better because they put like a player rating on them. That's what they need to do. If they bring back monthly rewards on top of that, I think everyone will like the rewards a lot more because you get double the amount. And then that would also make the SBC for foot champs upgrade is worth it as well, because you're getting a lot more. Because I like to do the one where it's above 86, I think it is. I have to submit 11 players. That takes me nearly a month to do. So I actually end up doing only by 2 by the time team of the year's out, and then don't get another nut lot till like team. I just get enough just before team of the season. I think, what's the point? I might as well wait till team of the season and then throw them in there, or I'm putting them into icon swaps or icon SBCs. That's what they need to do with rivals. They need foot champs. That's what they need to do. They need to change the reward system on this. Also, 30 games over the course of a weekend is way too many for a lot of people. That is 10 games a day, Friday, then Saturday, then Sunday. That's 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours, depending if you get rage quits, per day to finish it. That's why people are stopping at goal 3, because they get that potentially in one night, or they get close to it and then they finish it off on the Saturday and then they get their Sunday free. No one wants to play all their games over that weekend. It's a grind and a half. I mean, I've managed to finish goal 1 like 4 or 5 times, and that was really hard work, and that was during lockdown. So I managed to do that. Don't say I couldn't do it now when I'm back at work. So they either need to extend the weekend league from Friday to Monday, or lower the games and then lower the brackets as well for the rewards as well. So make it 25 or 20. People will like that a lot more, and they will actually be playing it. Right. Friendlies, they're just good, but no one really wants to play them unless they are in rewards or objectives or swaps. Online draft, I think I played this like just a few times. I got a draft built because I got a free token, but the rewards for this are not good enough. Also, the players that you get in it are not good enough as well. So they'll bring out, and they said, I think the other day, primes are now in it for 4 days. 4 days is not good enough when some of the primes are worse than team of the season cards, and team of the season cards are better. So you want to be able to play with those cards all year round. Do it with the curve of the game, don't get me wrong. So you have the baby icons, make them available all the time. If you bring out an objective card or even a season card, put them in draft so people can then play with them as well before buying them. And I know, well, not buying, submitting. Do that. That would make things lives a lot easier, because people will be like, actually, I enjoy playing with that card. I'm going to pick that card. It doesn't always have to come up in draft, but just make it available potentially for people. Okay, swaps now. Now, at the beginning, I think a couple years ago as well, they did foundations, and they've always done these, but they refreshed them, so you could do them again in January. That's what I need to do. Foundations, good. Add some more in, continuously update this like season to season, so then people will build and then get some packs from it. That would be quite cool. Leagues, they're great, but give us players back. We don't want packs, players back, and make these packs tradable. We don't want untradeable players, because all we do is then we put them into something else. So make them tradable. Also, if there's a team that's been promoted to a higher league, like this year, West Brom, make it easier to complete. Don't say 11 players and then half the teams are only from silvers, so then they're like 10,000 a pop. That just makes that league SBC impossible to complete for a lot of people, because you've either got to snipe them or pay through the nose for them. So for that purpose, bring back player picks at the end of this so you get a league player. That's all I say for that. Icons now, granted this is finished, but this should match the curve of the game. We shouldn't have to be waiting to the end of the year to be able to complete like a Xavi. Maradona, okay, I can understand that. Eusebio, yes, because he's in there. But no one now has 2 million coins in their bank to complete this card, and the game is literally out for about 2 more months before the game finishes and people go to the next one. So as the curve increases of the games, the players become better. There's Inform Ronaldo, there's Inform Mbappe, Team of the Years. Bring out icons that match that. I guarantee you, if at the start of FIFA 22, if there was an icon SBC for a Litman moment, no one would care that he's a moments card and you can only pack his baby. No one will care, because his player card is not as good as gold cards. People will complete him and use him because they think he's better, but I guarantee you no one's going to be kicking up a fuss because there's that, or prime moments Overmars because there's a Neymar that's better than him that you can play out wide. You could put Mane that's better than him out there. No one will care that card is in there. So match these icons with the curve of the game. As the players get better and informs get better, promotions come out like Halloween or Christmas promotion cards or whatever you bring out. Scream cards, that's the Halloween again, sorry. So match these icons with the curve of the game. Just bring them out in drips and drabs. And I know you don't want the same icons in there as they're in swaps, but just do that. It will make people's lives a lot easier. These upgrades, same as what I said earlier, like this, where you get a pick, but you have to submit 11. This takes me a month plus. No, it takes me 6 weeks to complete this because of the rewards. So if you bought monthlies back, I could complete this a lot easier and do a lot more of them. Unless you're finishing top, you're not going to do it. Now, swaps, I think, were fantastic this year. I really do. The packs were good. The fact that icons came out in as well, but drop them more often. So drop these per season and make it so like still, how many tokens is that? 18 or something? Yeah, so it's 18 that you can apply because that's annoying because Vieira's there. All right, we'll go back into this now. So Vieira's there, right? But make it per season and literally don't drag it out for 3 months. So you could rush it and complete it and get the top one. As long as that icon or reward at the end matches the curve of the game, no one's going to care. That's what you have to do. If you made it so it was a player pick at the end for icons, people aren't going to care so much because everyone can grind towards that and then people stay away from the packs. But if you match it to the game, people aren't going to care too much. Right, we're just going to test the internet now so we can actually get back into that. Give me 2 seconds and then I'll be right back. No, sorry about that. Now we're back. So, squad battles, we're talking about swaps. So if they match these towards the curve of the game, so like if this was just a normal icon player pick at the end, and you could do that by, you know, very early on in the season, if you capped it maybe or something like that, or just made it so linked the game so people could do this and not have to wait so long to complete it, because by season 2 Icon Swaps 2 came out in January. By the time you actually complete it all, it was March. You literally had probably 5 months worth of playing with the top one there. It's not worth it for the game cycle. You're going to be completing these lower ones like these icons that are lower down, or the packs, because you do not want to wait for the top end cards like the Busquets, the Rio. Like, I'd be very surprised if anyone saved all of this to do a Rio, because by the time you completed him, you have 2 months worth of the game left. Weekend League normally might pair off towards the end, and there's nothing in packs by then to get. So what is the point of putting this Rio? Unless you love him and you'll die hard, you're going to play this till the end, this card will not appeal to anyone. So they just need to match this with the K of the game. Now, lives we're not going to look at, favourites we're not going to look at. The only thing that needs to come in here more often is players. Just for people to complete, you know, bring out screen cards when they come out, players like that people can use a lot more. But right now we're going to jump on to something that I want to talk about as well, squads. So they need to make this a little bit more obtainable for people and to go and view their squads. That's number one. Now, cards as well. So these what if cards here, which I have one. There was an objective. These they bring out if like clubs score so amount of goals. They could bring these out every season. They did this over, 6 games, that this club had to score 6 goals. If it was a defender, every 6 games they had to keep a clean sheet. Bring this out every 6 weeks. Great promotion then. Bringing out a different set, and it's always going to be relative then. So then first one was Kante. Trying to think, next time, I don't know, they could bring out a Thiago Silva, centre-back, or Jordan Henderson from Liverpool. Something like that makes people then suddenly like, wow, there's a different card out. And they're not having to wait for certain holidays like Halloween, Christmas. What ifs could be all the time. And that's where I think they missed a trick with this card. It was the first time it came out, but they could actually make this card a lot more better for a lot more people. Now it's going to kick us out again, which is really going to annoy me. So give it 2 minutes. Right, third time that's happened now. So what else they need to change with these players now here is the consumables. Contracts, they kind of become obsolete, but I know they need to fill up packs with something. Same with healing cards. Positions, don't change these. Don't do left wing to right wing, because it's quite nice when a Salah comes out as a striker, or from right wing he's now left wing in Team of the Week. That is cool. What they need to do is update these chemistry styles. Now, we've had these for years now, the same ones. So Everyone likes pace. You got pace defending, pace pass, and a pace shooting. Why not have a pace and dribbling, or a pace and physicality? So that pace and physicality on, say, Kante could be a beast card, it's called, and his physicality goes through the roof, and so is his pace. Same with things like shooting. You haven't got, I think you've probably covered all the different types of shooting. Yeah, because you've got shooting, defending there. You've got shooting and physicality, shooting and dribbling, and you've got shooting pace. That one is all covered. So why haven't we done it with pace yet? To cover all aspects with pace and bring 3 new cards out, well, 2 new cards would be phenomenal for people. People would like that. That's what they need to do, is update those. Now, objectives. Okay, so season objectives, no one really plays for these because they're not really worth it. You know, you get some funky little tifos and stuff like that, and the packs are quite cool. But these end cards, no one goes for. They need to link these in with objectives. That's what they need to do. So the beginning of last year, you had a Lacazette. If Lacazette was then put, if you completed him in season 2, you could have objectives with him. And they could be very basic ones, squad battles with Lacazette. Score 10 finesse goals, 10 volleys, 10 headers, 10 this, 10 that, and you get an 86. Great, you've just got a free 85 now, and now he's a better version. Then you could bring on part 2 of Lacazette to get an 88, say, where you have to complete similar objectives, but in rivals only. And then that's an 88, so to complete that, to get a 90 rated Lacazette, you do them in champs. You know, from volleys, headers, all in separate games. And then you've got a really nice card that you've used from season objectives, and now he's phenomenal. If they did that for every season card, even like the ones that you get very early on, so like these, if these had objectives as well, like this Hamzik, and you could get him, he's 89 cent of the year, but you could end him on like a 96 by completing him in squad battles, rivals, and foot champs. People would actually be wanting to play season cards. If this was a desirable card they want, they would then go and do squad battles and rivals. They just would. Now, objectives. Silver stars, great. Silver beasts, great. Icon swaps, we've talked about this. They should bring this out for a short time, and it's just easier that way. This is not going to change. The week's objectives, the squad battles is not going to change. But these milestones, if we bring those in, that's going to change everything. This one, for like the Asian, they did the European Africa, which I completed very quickly. They brought those out every season with something different. Great. If this was suddenly then Premier League, and you picked, I don't know, the top 10 clubs, you had Arsenal, say, Man U, you know, even Newcastle, whatever, 10 clubs from that. Then you did the Spanish League, Real Madrid, Barcelona, then you did German League. That would make people play the game a lot more because there's packs involved for playing with clubs from certain clubs as well. So bring this out, bring it out every season. Great idea. People will be demolishing it and playing that as well. Milestones, you just need to update them. Give more for people to play to. So if you put seasons in here, everyone's going to love it. Everyone. Foundations, very easy to start the game with. Great way to get easy packs. They need to do something. They don't need to change that. This, they need to change. This, they need to update it a lot more. Like, I mean, I just completed that. I don't really know what I did for that. But yeah, again, nothing here. Nothing here. They brought it in. It hasn't been updated at all. They just need to. The store, I mean, the store is what it is. You got preview packs, which I think was quite clever, but people, it's quite nice for people to just log in and check what they're going to do. But apart from gameplay, this was literally just a video to say what they should do to update the menus here. And I think I've pretty much covered that. The only thing they need to do is actually add an extra mode in here. And that'll be a tournament mode, which comes out every week. Something different, you know, Premier League one day, 1 week, enter with the Premier League club. Final prize is 10,000 coins. You know, you could go through like everything from qualification, rounds to semis to quarters, and then the coins increase as you get along. And then next week, Bundesliga, you know, or all silver players, all rare golds or whatever. People would like that because then they can actually play for coins as a higher value, and it's a bit of a different mode to rivals and squad battles and champs. Just one more mode is what people need, just to keep them interested in this game. And like I said, just update these objectives, bring season cards into the game more, and things like that people will like. So guys, that's my thoughts of what EA need to do now to make this game a bit more desirable. I'm not going to talk about gameplay because it's going to appeal to some people that need to change this, some people that need to change that. But that's what I think they need to do for this game to make the menus better for us. So do leave us a like below, sub to the channel as well, and it would be much appreciated. The more views this gets, hopefully, you know, some of these ideas will actually make it across. Who knows? But if they already are in the game, you saw them here first anyway. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye now.